Hey there, welcome back to another video. Today I want to compare the 2024 Chevy Colorado Z71 to the all-new 2024 Ford Ranger Lariat in terms of features, options, packaging, and pricing. Now, as we know, these are two very popular mid-sized trucks, one all-new, one recently new for the 2023 model year, with very little change for 2024. And overall, I think there are some people out there that might be cross-shopping each of these two if you're looking for, a very competent mid-sized truck. Don't necessarily need the full-size version of each of these two in their lineup, and just curious about what the exact differences are between two manufacturers. So buckle up, there's a lot of information in here in this video, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So as usual, I want to put this disclaimer out there in that I created this list of similarities and differences to the best of my ability using the order guides for each respective truck. So if you believe anything is incorrect or just need additional clarification, leave a comment down in the comment section. I will do my best to answer them. And of course, I highly recommend you check out the build and price tool on each of these two trucks on each respective manufacturer's website. That is available now and is a great way to see the exact feature differences between trim levels outside of this video. So first up, I want to start with the standard equipment across both the Z71 as well as the Lariat. Then we'll move into some of the standard features on each of these two models individually versus the other truck. Move into the optional features again on each of these two versus the other truck. And then finally conclude this video with some of the pricing information. So starting out with the standard features that you'll both find on the Colorado Z71 as well as the Ranger Lariat, you're going to get things like front pedestrian and bicyclist braking, lane keeping assist, high beam assist, dual zone automatic climate control, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, a fully digital gauge cluster, 10-inch in size on the Colorado, 12-inch in size on the Ranger, a 6-speaker audio system, 18-inch alloy wheels, Sirius XM, keyless open with push button start, manual driver's seat, 6-way on the Colorado, 8-way with lumbar adjustment on the Ranger, wrapped steering wheel, recovery hooks, remote locking tailgate, Wi-Fi hotspot, 120-volt outlet, LED projector headlights, illuminated vanity visors, as well as heated side mirrors. So next up, we have the Colorado Z71 standard equipment over that of the Ranger Lariat. There's actually just two things that I was able to find. Rear AC vents, which I believe are actually not available at all in the Ranger, and an automatic locking differential, the G80 rear differential as we know it from General Motors. There is an user selectable rear differential lock on the Ranger, but that is optional as a standalone option. So you either get the automatic locking differential on the Colorado as standard equipment, or there is an optional and available user selectable differential on the Ranger Lariat. Now moving into the Ranger Lariat standard equipment over that of the Colorado Z71, this list is quite lengthy, much longer than that of the Colorado. And I've also put the optional package that you have to equip on a Colorado to get that feature on the vehicle versus the standard equipment on the Ranger. So starting out, you get a premium audio system, dual zone automatic climate control, heated front seats, 10-way power driver's seat with lumbar, 8-way power passenger seat with lumbar, tilt telescopic steering column, wireless device charging, remote start, LED bed lighting, auto dimming interior rearview mirror, dampened tailgate, heated steering wheel, rear center armrest, as well as memory driver's seat. Continuing on, adaptive cruise control, HD surround view camera system, blind spot rear cross traffic alert, rear cross traffic braking, as well as rear parking sensors, power folding mirrors, power sliding rear window, universal garage door opener, active park assist 2.0, front parking sensors, ambient interior lighting, rain sensing wipers, as well as zone lighting. So that is a quite impressive list of standard features for the Ranger Lariat over that of the Colorado. Now you can get many of these features on the Colorado either in a convenience package 2 or 3, safety package, or the technology package available. But towards the bottom you can see there is a sizable list that is actually not available at all in the Colorado that comes standard on the Ranger Lariat. Now next up, moving into the optional equipment on both of these two trucks, just a few things. Trailering package, which includes the 4 and 7 pin connectors, the 2-inch receiver, and a trailer brake controller, as well as a spray-in or drop-in bed liner. Again, optional on each of these two trucks. Now moving into the optional equipment on the Ranger that is actually not available on the Z71, we have enhanced parking assist as well as pro trailer backup assist. You can see those are found in the technology as well as advanced tow packages. And then again, moving into the optional equipment for the Colorado Z71, not available on the Ranger Lariat, you have Stowflex tailgate, ventilated front seats, power sunroof, as well as underbody cameras, which is a very unique feature from General Motors. So just a couple things on each truck that is optional on one, not available on the other. So now that we know some of that information, let's go ahead and build two theoretical builds for each of these trucks, a base Colorado Z71 and a base Ranger Lariat, four-wheel drive, of course. Then we'll get into the fully loaded configurations for both these trucks with every main option group picked, none of these additional accessories, which get really, nitpicky and stuff like that, and see what the exact pricing differential is for both of these. So starting out with a Ranger Lariat four-wheel drive in its base standard form, that comes in at $48,710 including destination, and a base Colorado Z71 starts at $41,795. So as you can see right there, there is a huge price differential from a base Z71 Colorado all the way up to a base Ranger. But overall, a $7,000 price differential, is that worth all the features and options that you're missing on those two standard configurations? That's up to you to decide. But at least you can get a cheaper Colorado Z71 if you don't need all those, creature comforts and amenities, but you still need some of that off-road capability and some, the hardware like that. But now moving into a fully loaded Ranger Lariat four-wheel drive, this comes in at $51,325, where a fully loaded Colorado Z71, convenience pack 3, towing, technology, safety packages, all that kind of stuff, comes in at $47,530. And there you can see there is a smaller $3,800 price differential between each of these two trucks in their main fully loaded form factors. Now that does not include, the underbody cameras, the power sunroof, some of those other smaller equipments on the Colorado. But if you were to option that in on the Colorado, you could essentially get, most of the available, sub options, if you will, on the Colorado Z71 for, about $4,000, even some of the LED, off-road lights and stuff like that, to make up the price differential from a fully loaded Ford Ranger. So if that makes sense, for the low $50,000 price point, you can select some of those underbody cameras, the protection packages, some of those other off options on the Colorado to bring it up of the same price of a fully loaded Ranger Lariat, if you will, and give you, more options on the Colorado versus that of the Ranger. Now, if you are curious about what you're missing or getting on one truck versus the other in their fully loaded form factors, if you're getting a fully loaded Lariat over a Z71, you're gonna get power folding side mirrors, power sliding rear window, power passenger seat with lumbar, front parking sensors, active park assist 2.0, pro trailer backup assist, a universal garage door opener, ambient interior lighting, rain sensing wipers, as well as zone exterior lighting. Now, vice versa, if you're getting a fully loaded Colorado Z71 over that of a Lariat, you'll get Stowflex tailgate, rear AC vents, ventilated front seats, power sunroof, as well as underbody cameras. So those are kind of just the options that you can find on a fully loaded Colorado Z71 versus that of a fully loaded Ford Ranger Lariat. I would say overall the Ranger is going to be much more fully loaded in terms of some of those creature comfort options, but the Colorado is still no slouch, and cool that it does offer ventilated front seats, which might actually be a segment exclusive at this point for a mid-sized truck like this. So kind of a pick your poison in terms of which options you value for around that $50,000 price point, but you can get a cheaper Colorado at the end of the day versus that of a Ford Ranger if you're looking to save just a few $1,000s and don't necessarily need those additional options. But with all that said, I think that's going to do it here for this vehicle trim comparison video. If you guys enjoyed this video and or found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel, these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned for my upcoming coverage of the 2024 Chicago Auto Show, just about a week away at this point. Very excited to see the 2024 Ford Ranger in person, as that truck should be in attendance. And of course, as you know, I saw the 2023 Colorado for the very first time at Chicago last February. And make sure to check out my additional coverage of that if you're curious about the Colorado, as I have a ton of content here on the channel as far as that truck goes. But as far as my overall opinions on each of these two trucks, while having never been hands-on with the Ranger quite yet, I can't give a fair assessment of that truck until I do at least get hands-on here at Chicago Auto Show and hopefully get behind the wheel and get it for a week to review for you guys. But I think you are going to have to consider some other factors outside of features and options, just like this video, when deciding on which truck is the best for your needs. You're going to have to consider things like, power output from the engine, how the truck drives, and the overall suspension setup. You're going to have to do things like towing, payload capacity, interior room inside of the vehicle, both in the front seats as well as the rear legroom, because some people may value rear legroom or need rear legroom for a family, where one truck might be just a little bit better than the other, even though they are very, very similar in terms of their overall dimensions. So Those are all just some things to consider when shopping for a new vehicle like this, but certainly you do have to take into consideration some of the features and options, as well as that pricing for the money that you are getting on each of these two vehicles. So you'll have to let me know your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. Is there one of these two trucks that seems slightly more appealing than the other? Or are you cross-shopping both of them and need to take them for a test drive at your local dealership and see which one has to offer what in person? Overall, very excited for the upcoming 2024 Chicago Auto Show next week. Hope you guys are subscribed and stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. And with all that being said, I appreciate the continued support and hope to see you guys here in the next one.